Hey guys, and welcome to this week's tutorial where I'm going to be teaching you on how to play the hook line or the riff of the song The Real Slim Shady by Eminem on the ukulele. But before we begin, make sure to click that subscribe button because this way you won't miss on any of my upcoming tutorials. Alright, and now let's begin. It doesn't really matter what type of ukulele you're playing, but make sure you have a low G on the 4th string. Now let's dive into the song and learn all the techniques. First of all, I would like to teach you guys the right hand technique. So for this song, we are looking for a very funky, very bassy, very punchy sound. So we take these 4 fingers, index, middle, ring, and pinky. We make the whole position relaxed. We place these 4 fingers on the body of the ukulele right below the 1st string. And with the thumb, this is our first exercise actually. Simply try to play through your 4th string. Play downwards. Then go to the 3rd string and play downwards. When playing downwards, try to lean on the string below. So when playing the 4th string, thumb is leaning, kind of dropping on the 3rd string. So I know that a lot of players use the thumb in a different way, such as playing away from the string. But this way you get a very soft sound. You don't get the most of the sound coming through. So by leaning downwards, you see the sound gets a lot louder and stronger. So for this song, this is what we need. Now, the second reason why I like to use my thumb to play downwards is because I'm leaning on the string below, and that enables me to remember where I left my thumb because the distance between the strings is fixed. So this way, it's easier for my muscle memory to know what comes next. Right? I know I'm on the 3rd string, so if I have to play a note right now, I'm already in position. So this is the right hand technique for this song. It's pretty simple. Alright guys, let me show you how to play the first bar of the song. So the very first note is on the 4th string, 5th fret. Make sure to use your ring finger for it. We move to the second note. The second note is on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Use your index finger for it. Make sure that this one is not too round because of the next thing. So then we move to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So the reason why I don't want you to keep the index finger very round is because it has a little bit of a bar chord feeling. It's not really a bar chord, but you need to switch between the 3rd string, 3rd fret and the 2nd string, 3rd fret pretty fast. So you shouldn't lift the finger because lifting the finger results in you losing time, okay? So this is the movement, all right? Okay, the 4th note is on the 2nd string, 4th fret. Use your middle finger for it. This one you can keep a bit more round, so that's cool. Okay, we move to the next note. The next note is on the 1st string, 3rd fret with your index finger. So when you arrive to that 3rd fret on the 1st string, this is your 3rd beat. And then you need to wait 3 and 4, and on the 4 end you go to the 2nd string, 4th fret with your middle finger. So 4 and then you move on to the next bar. And the first note on your 2nd bar is 2nd string, 3rd fret with your index finger. All right, let's try to play the first bar together. Ready? Go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... Okay, that was it. Good job. All right, it's time to move on to the 2nd bar. So for the 2nd bar, I would like to teach you how to play this one in 2 versions. The first version is going to be beginner's version, so it's a bit more simplified. The other one is more like intermediate level because it has some like a fast hammer on and pull off going on there. So let me play you the beginner's version of the 2nd bar. Check it out. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now the 2nd version sounds like this. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... So you heard the difference, right? So the original one is obviously the later one, right? But still, let's break it down. I suggest you guys still to start with the beginner's version because it's kind of just a level before getting into the intermediate way of playing this one, and it can only help you. So now let me teach you the beginner's version of the 2nd bar. So we begin with the index finger pressing the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. That's your 1 that falls on the first beat. 1 and 2. Now on the 2 end, you have to go to the 4th fret on the 2nd string with your middle finger. So 1 and 2 and, okay? It's very important to get the rhythm right because this whole pattern is based on rhythm. It's very groovy, and if we don't play it in the right rhythm, it kind of loses the whole feel of it, all right? So 1 and 2 and straight after the 4th fret on the 2nd string, we go back to the 3rd fret on the same string, on the 2nd string, with our index finger. So that's going to be the third beat. 1 and 2 and 3. Very good. And now let's move on to our next note, which is on the 3rd string, 5th fret. All right, let's put it together till here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and this note is falling on the upbeat of the 3, so 3 and. Let's put it together until here. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Very good. So the next note is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, back to the same note again. So now let's play it until this note together. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And the final note is on the 4th string, 4th fret, with our middle finger. And this note is falling on beat 4 and. And now let's play the second bar together. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, let me teach you the intermediate version of the second bar. So we start with our 3rd fret on the 3rd string with the index finger, just the same thing as before. 1 and 2 and. So we move on to the 4th fret on the 2nd string with our middle finger, just like before. However, after that, we go to the 3rd fret, just like before. So we hit that 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Then we do a hammer-on with the middle finger on the 4th fret. So we hammer on this note. Then we pull it off. We make a pull-off from the 4th fret to the 3rd fret, so we open back the 3rd fret. So hammer on the 4th, pulling it off. So the pull-off direction is really downwards, guys. It's a little bit detailed, but in order to get a good pull-off, make sure to block your 1st string underneath with your index finger. So as you can see, my index finger is like blocking, it's touching the 1st string. So this way, when I'm pulling off downwards, not sideways, I'm not actually, you don't hear the 4th string, right? So it's a pull-off, as if I'm playing the string. It's the same technique as you guys using the thumb to play downwards, but instead of the thumb, you are using a different finger in the left hand, just pulling down, all right? So this is a good pull-off. You can actually make an exercise out of it, simply pulling off the string downwards. So okay, we had a hammer-on, we had a pull-off, and then we continue with the same notes as in the beginner's version. So 5th fret on the 3rd string, going to the 2nd string, 3rd fret with our index finger, and the final note is on the 4th string, 4th fret. So let's try to play the intermediate version together. So before playing the intermediate version of the second bar, I want to point out that the rhythm of the hammer-ons and pull-offs is quite complex, and for that we need to learn some theory and rhythms. So I would suggest for now, let's just try to feel it. Make sure that these notes are played fast, rather fast than slow. So practice this section, so the following section, individually. So the exercise I can give you is the following. So plucking the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, hammer on the 4th, a pull off back to the 3, and then plucking the 5th fret on the 3rd string. So this is how you get the speed. So now let's try to play the second bar, the intermediate version of it, together, and let's do it slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So right before we put it all together and play the entire riff, I want to show you a very cool technique which will make the song sound a lot funkier. So I want you to focus on the length of the notes. Check it out. So one thing that we can hear is that the notes are very short. So they're pretty much dying out straight after me plucking them. So that has to do with our left hand technique. So let's focus on that and let's learn how to do it right. Let's have a look at the very first note again. So the 5th fret on the 4th string. This is when the note is sounding long, and this is when the note is sounding short. Okay? So what you gotta do is first press the fret, get the sound, and quickly release the finger, but stay on the surface of the string. Don't take the finger away from the string. So this way you're gonna be muting the sound and the sound stops. So pressing and releasing. And this what you can do with every note. This is our 3rd fret on the 3rd string, our 2nd note. And this is our 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So when we put it all together, it sounds like this. Alright guys, it's time to play the entire song. Well, it's only 2 bars. Let's do it from the top, the intermediate version. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Alright guys, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, make sure to put a like on it and subscribe to my channel. Also, I'm welcoming you to check out my Patreon page where I'm doing weekly live classes, monthly performances together with my ukulele community, and releasing some awesome tablature for the ukulele. So the link to my Patreon is in the description. Check it out, and I see you in the next tutorial. Cheers guys!